This is Jefferson Close Up. I'm Carol Celine. My guest today is vascular specialist Dr. Alejandro Perez. You were born in Mexico and you came to Texas when you were about 4 years old.
That's correct.
Was that a hard adjustment for you?
It was a bit of an adjustment. Culturally, language, a lot of new things to learn in a short period of time.
You described yourself as a kid as being kind of a nerdy bookworm. And what was it that developed this passion for books instead of baseball, say?
Well, part of it was just my education experience and part of it was my family.
Well, this certainly paid off for you in terms of studying. You got into Harvard on a scholarship and you majored there in science. Did you always plan to go to medical school?
I think it was always something I'd considered, but I came to medicine in a little bit of a roundabout way. I liked science and for a few years did science research. I liked people, and after doing a couple of years of research, I taught science in a high school. And eventually I arrived that medicine was the best way for me to both interact with people and feel that I was helping in that way, but still have that science component to my everyday practice.
And your students encouraged you to apply to medical school, didn't they?
That's right. It was I taught at a high school for health professions focus, and along that time period, my students asked me, well, have you, Dr. or Mr. Perez at the time, have you ever considered going into medicine? I said yes. And I thought after a little bit more reflection that it was something that I would still be interested in. And after studying for the tests and sending my applications, there was a happy meeting where I was accepted to medical school and eventually ended up where I am today.
So it's a good thing your students recognized your talent before you even did.
Yeah, you learn from your students as much as they learn from you.
No, that's what they say. Is there something else about you that you do that most people wouldn't know?
I wouldn't have considered myself a dancer early on in my youth, but my wife was a competitive ballroom dancer. And well, let's just say as part of the courting process, I had to study up a bit on my own dancing skills. And so when we can, we try to go out dancing, and we put on pretty good show, I think, during our wedding, showing some of both of our influences and training. But yes, I try to dance when I can.
And is Latin American your kind of favorite thing?
Sure. My wife can do rumba and cha-cha-cha. I think I still like the social dances like salsa and merengue and things you don't need rules. You kind of just need the music.
Go off on your own.
That's right.
Tell me, is there a living person that you very much admire?
Yeah. I think from a philanthropic perspective, someone like Bill Gates is someone I admire, that no matter what you have done kind of from the financial perspective, you realize that there's a time to give back. And I think that philanthropy is something I hope to embody in my own life when possible.
What words would best describe you?
I think sincere, diligent, hopefully empathic, and caring. But I think probably those are words that would encompass most doctors, but I think I try to live up to that.
And how does that play out in terms of your patient care?
Well, it plays out in that I think I always try to see issues from their perspective, and through empathy, try to incorporate education as a large part of my interactions with them, because I think understanding is part of the process of medical care. If you don't understand what is being done for you, you either don't take responsibility or just aren't able to participate in your medical care.
So by education, you get your patients to become more of a partner with you.
That's right, that's right. It's not something we're doing to them, it's for them.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for coming in.
Okay, thanks.